Find discovery.
Yeah, no. 911 call. Needs to hard find discovery. Alright. Let's go ahead, man. Too tired for this shit.
Gotcha. I'm just really a bad person. No, not at all.
I think it's good enough.
That's worse than a body, dude.
Huh?
A woman in Cedar City, Utah calls 911 for help in the middle of what seems to be a mental and emotional breakdown. Police are sent to check on her, but their concerns turned
Why is she built like that?
middle of what seems to be a mental and emotional breakdown.
Did she have an emotion? Alright, never mind.
Police are sent to check on her, but their concerns turn to horror when they see what's really
Yeah,
going
well, her
on at
body
the
about to
property.
break down.
I gotta remember.
It's a little past 8 in the
I'm on
morning
Twitch.
on July 1st, 2023, when 911 dispatchers in Iron County, Utah receive a call from a distraught woman in the grips of a crisis.
911, what's the address of your emergency? What's going on?
Huh?
Need to get to the hospital. I'm making
Oh.
some time for them. We'll get it started.
That
how
word.
old are you?
I'm 50.
Okay. And are you feeling violent at all?
No.
All right. And do you have access to any weapons?
No.
Okay.
Oh, I'm unprepared to go to the hospital.
Okay, that's good. We're going to get them headed that way. They just have these questions I have to ask, but
Yeah.
you're all good, okay? Have you done anything to injure yourself?
No.
Okay. And do you have a history of mental health conditions?
Yeah. Yeah. Many years. Too many.
The woman's name is Sarah, and while the operator establishes that she's unharmed, the despair in her voice is
Well,
unmistakable.
your first mistake was being named Sarah.
My baby sister's got terminal
possibly.
cancer.
That might be. I might not be the method.
Run off, stop.
Wait. Wait, what?
Years, my baby sister's got terminal cancer. And then while I was sick, run off, stop. And I just kept thinking, if I'm not talking, it made me feel better. I just got it way over my head.
Gotcha.
I'm just really a bad person.
No, not at all.
The operator, who can only go by what she's told over the phone, gives Sarah the benefit of the doubt. As they arrive, however, deputies slowly begin to suspect that a dire scene awaits them inside the house.
You got family coming to look after your dog?
No, they need to be seized.
They need to be seized?
Yes. They're not being
Dogs do you have? 19?
19 dogs.
Yeah, I got a guy coming down from Wyoming. 3 of them are his, and he's coming to get them.
Okay.
So I told him to go by the sheriff's office to figure out where they were.
Cedar City law prohibits individuals from owning more than 2 dogs at a time.
What?
But there's a vast gulf between a minor or
There's a law that tells you can't own more than 2 dogs at one time.
Nigga, I see people that owning like 5 dogs at the same time.
I don't. Yeah, that makes no sense to me. Whatever.
ordinance violation and the veritable zoo she claims to have inside the house. But the number of dogs may not be the biggest problem here. As the EMTs help Sarah into the ambulance, she reportedly says she should go to jail rather than the hospital because, quote, she hurt her sweet babies.
Can I have your permission to go inside your home and see what you got going on? Okay.
It's really bad, man. You're not going to breathe in there. There's turds and trash, and it's awful.
Okay.
Man. It's awful. It's just,
Okay.
humans don't live like that. That's what
Okay.
I say, and I've known it, and I'm not stupid.
Sarah is clearly ashamed about the conditions of her home, but it turns out that the
It's a bunch
deputies
of-
already have strong reasons to dread going inside.
Is it just a bunch of like dead dogs in there or something? Because I remember people saying, I remember at the beginning they was like, it's worse than a dead body. So, I mean, there isn't a dead body in there. So, I don't know. Just let the video play. I'm gonna stop yapping.
What if that's just like, I don't know, like a fucking nuclear launch codes or the fucking body? What if it's just like a fucking big ass rock?
A big rock that they've been trying to look for centuries.
Yeah, just
It's a whole bunch of
big ass rock.
It's a predator in there. An alien versus predator fight going on.
Nigga, why when you said petable, we were thinking too. You think about Alien versus Predator. I was thinking about fucking a pedophile.
Bro, what?
Cruelty. She thinks she's gonna go to jail for that. She wants to go to jail for that. But I can smell it. I could barely sit in the ambulance because she smells so bad. And I imagine that if I can smell it, and I'm not even in the house, coming from within the house is horrible. And depending on what happens with her, she's got 19 dogs in a house that has no AC in it, and no one to care for the dogs. So we're kind of in a pickle here.
The temperature in Cedar City that day would reach a high of 89 degrees.
Ooh.
The lack of air conditioning only raises more concern about what kind of environment Sarah's dogs have been living in.
The neighbors say that sometimes she opens windows to try to vent it out, but that doesn't do much.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, pick your head and see what you got, and then we can start working on resources to take care of the rest of it.
You ready?
I almost want to get alcohol pads first.
I think that's good enough.
No, yeah, I need a bath. Oh my god.
Friggin' SCBA. I'm going to switch this.
The air inside the home is unbreathable, and it takes the deputies a few minutes to recover from even brief exposure.
That's worse than a body, dude.
I was getting whiffs of it through my gloves.
Oh, God, dude, it's in my lungs. Well, let's get Caleb out here. He's gonna have to walk us through this, dude, because I honestly don't know what to do. It's unhabitable, dude. It's absolutely unhabitable.
It's perhaps the best word to describe the appalling conditions of the house, and the deputy uses it again when his sergeant arrives on scene.
Hey.
I don't know what to do.
Is she already gone?
She's gone. This is inhabitable, dude. I've never even smelled a dead body as bad as this.
Really?
Just open the door. You have to know what we're dealing with. We can't let her come back to this.
We've got a chain link fence in the backyard. I wonder if we can open the back. I can smell it coming out.
Look back. They're friendly. You did better than I did. I started losing it right there.
Uniform I'm worried about.
The overpowering effects of the smell inside makes it difficult to imagine how any creature, human or animal, is able to live in that environment. It's imperative to get the dogs out of the home as soon as possible.
There's an owner to the Great Danes. He's coming from Salt Lake to pick the Great Danes up.
Them all those puppies in them cages are Great Danes.
Not all of them.
Most of those that I just looked at
Were they? I thought there was like...
like that big.
Because there's this little... This
Yeah,
little
this
guy.
little, but you look back in the back. Great Danes over that husky back there.
Easy.
As the cops try to find a way into the fenced backyard, they begin to wonder exactly how and why Sarah has amassed this outrageous number of dogs.
Well, I think she's advertising that she trained them.
It'll take further investigation to turn speculation into fact. In the meantime, the cops have problems that require more immediate solutions.
Sam, you got a saw? Yeah.
And she does have AC in there, but it's turned off. There's a plastic cover for it.
The overgrowth blocking the fence is substantial, but fortunately, the deputy has come prepared.
I got an axe.
What if they just found a dinosaur?
There.
Like, you think they'll find one? Or is
So
it just
what?
gonna be like, you think they're gonna find a dinosaur in there?
A dead one. Yeah.
Nah, a live dinosaur like Bronchiosaurus.
I mean, I did before, but you know, that's me.
Nigga, you found a fucking stripper and a fucking McDonald's. What that say about that?
Sukum.
Come on, Pops. Come on, come on out. Come on, puppy. Come on. Come on. Come on, Pops.
The dog's reluctance to leave the house is only matched by the deputy's reluctance to go back in. This time, at least, they'll have protection.
I got mine out. I'll go get it.
Meet me inside. It's okay. Come on, buddy.
The dog doesn't quite trust this masked stranger, but his lack of aggression leaves the deputy free to take in the full horror of the scene around him.
It's okay, boy. That animal severely starved, skinny. No water. It's okay. Like a bedroom. She does have dog food in one bag. 2 bags of dog food.
The food in the pantry hasn't prevented the dogs from reaching a malnourished state. The deputy's partner is next to take a good look at the living room. As he comes to terms with what he's seeing, his partner dismantles a fortress of wire and cardboard blocking access to the hallway.
All over the floor. Hey, Sam, if you can find a window, let's start opening windows.
Meanwhile, the other deputy searches what appeared to be an abandoned wing of the house.
More dogs. 3 dogs. All malnourished.
The deputies return to the living room to verify just how many dogs live in this house of filth.
We need a dog kennel.
The home must be seen to be believed, which is exactly what the sergeant has in mind.
Take some cell phone video.
Are you willing to sacrifice your cell phone?
Yeah, it's fine, but have
Okay.
you touched anything?
Yeah. Look, the air. Hey, this is bad. I'll go get mine.
This one right here was a
We
dead
have
dog.
19.
One dying there. I'm
Why
pretty
did
sure
she
that was a dog
buy
in
so
there.
many
That's-
And a
dogs?
dog.
Man.
Adopt so many dogs.
Honestly, shoot, nigga, I don't know.
It's alive.
Well, there's
19 dogs.
There's a live dog in here.
There's 19 dogs in here, Taylor. They're
19?
all malnourished.
A local
All
animal sanctuary
malnourished.
called Best Friends will help relocate
little.
most of the dogs. But that's not the end of police involvement. They talked to Sarah that afternoon in the hospital and tried to determine how exactly things at her house deteriorated to this extreme.
Okay, so, and this part might freak you out a little bit, but I'm gonna read you your rights. It's only because in order to ask you questions about what's going on, I have to read you these first. I've kind of got a little background of your training that you do with the animals, and
Not anymore, but yeah, I was doing
yeah,
yes.
maybe not anymore.
This is a repetitive with me when things get really bad, and my parents and I don't talk that sort of thing, so I got really lonely, and I got that same dumb feeling that this would somehow fix it, and I can't. Nobody could do that.
Sure.
Sarah may be puzzled by her own choices, but the fact is that many innocent animals suffered as a result. It soon becomes clear that this is not the
She's
first
probably gonna
time
get
this has
charged
happened.
for it too.
Have you ever had a police case
Why
about
does
this
she
kind
low
of
key
thing before?
look like a
Intimacy?
thwomp from Mario
I have
64?
had,
No,
the
it's
county sheriffs, they
Who's
didn't
it
do
though?
anything because
I know
once
exactly
again,
what
I
you're talking
was
about, bro.
extremely mentally ill.
Look
and I
like
said, "Would you
poop."
Please take them. I can't take care of them anymore.
Say you
So
look
they
like
did take payments and things, so yes, there has been some police enrollment.
As regrettable as it is that Sarah hasn't learned from her previous failures, there is an even more
Pop,
frightening
pop, even
truth
better
about how
get
she
it,
acquired
pops.
some of the
Pop,
dogs.
pop them in your mouth.
Did have at work as well.
I saw he had a Great Dane puppy for sale, and he said, and I said, oh, she's cute, but I don't have no age in her dogs. So, and then he said, I told him I was a dog trainer. So 2 of them were theoretically mine, but the male was always his that I was going to train to pay for the 2 girls.
In an interview with the local news, Ryan, the owner of those Great Danes, said it had been months since he'd heard anything about the training progress of his puppies. Indeed, it was only when he told Sarah that morning that he was on his way to pick up the dogs that she turned herself in to the police.
Straight up with everybody about everything and stop hiding behind shame or whatever, and just say, sadly, this is who I am. I hope it's not all I am, but it's, yeah.
Ryan's imminent arrival may have inspired Sarah's honesty more than her own breakthrough, but it's worth noting that she didn't just tell him in passing that she was an animal trainer. She advertised her business, Pet Pros
Holy
Behavior
fuck,
Services.
she has 1.5 stars. Yeah, she might need to start scamming. That might be the method in GTRP. Have fun.
On Facebook and elsewhere, offering in-home and remote training sessions for a premium price. The police report states that Sarah's house and even the inside of her car was covered in feces. Ironically, the only part of the property relatively free of feces was the yard. Sarah tells the deputies that she hasn't been able to properly feed and care for the dogs for at least 3 or 4 weeks.
Dang.
An admission that at least partially explains the condition of her animals and the disaster that is her home.
I can say that I have no idea how you lived, how you lived. Because when I opened the door to your house, I could not even go inside.
Every day.
Were you living in the house or were you living in your car?
In the house.
Where did you sleep?
I slept on the couch. But yeah, no, it burns my eyes when I get home. I hate it, but I'm like, you know what? Freaking did it. You deserve it. Deal with it, So I do.
If Sarah is saying she deserves the consequences of her actions, it's something that she and the deputy can agree on.
I'll be honest with you. I'm going to